Okay. All right, what are we doing here today? We are working on a water leak. The gentleman feels like it's behind the water heater. We have to take the wall down in the storage compartment of this fifth wheel to even see if we can see what's going on. Can we fix it? I don't know, but we're gonna find out here real quickly, and I'm gonna take y'all along. Well, welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. You might see some moisture under that wall there. I think probably pull this wall down back there, and then the water heater is going to be that way. So let me get that wall down. If y'all see my face, don't be scared. I am in the middle of a chemo cream treatment on my face. If you're new to my channel, you wouldn't know that. If you've been hanging around for a while, you know all about that. Got too many years of working outdoors and no sunscreen. It's taking its toll on my skin. If I have a word of advice for you, stay out of the sun or use sunscreen. Simple as that. Get this wall out of the way. Wow, everything is wet. Well, we got to figure out what is leaking back here. Everything has water dripping off of it. Must have something spraying somewhere, but I don't hear it. Y'all hear it? Sure is wet. And these are all flexible lines.
Do you want me to turn the pump on so you get some pressure?
Are we hooked to the city?
No, we've just been using the pump.
Oh yes, actually, I have to see what's leaking. Everything's wet back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
at. Right, customer's gonna go cut the water pump on. Let's see if we can see what's leaking. Okay. Bleed the pressure off up there.
Open up the hot water here. Yeah, I had the white blinds on.
Yeah, it looks like if it's it looks like it's probably a plastic fitting in that water heater. It must be broke. It's spraying good.
Yeah, that's to say it was noticeable. So.
Yeah.
All
pressure's off.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead and cut that. You still have the electric side of the water heater on?
No, I shut that off.
Okay, so the water's cold?
Should be. I turned it on for about a half hour this morning, so we'd have a little warm water for washing hands.
Yeah, okay, all right. I just didn't want to, I'm probably going to have to drain that heating, or the water heater at least part way, so I can get that fitting out.
Right.
Without making a huge mess. All right, so as y'all probably saw, we got a huge leak on the back of the water heater. So I'm going to drain this water heater, at least partially. I'm not going to show that. I'm going to pull this plug out right here, bottom of this water heater, and drain some water out of that thing. I hope this camera is focused. I got to get up there and get that fitting out of that water heater. It is most probably going to be a plastic pipe nipple, and what I'm afraid of is that it will break right out of the water heater, and then we got to get the broken part out. That will be awesome if that happens. This is just the water line that connects to the pipe nipple. Okay. Now, the moment of truth. Is that thing gonna come out without breaking? Well, can't get on it with a crescent wrench. Get on a pair of pliers. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. When I seen how bad it was spraying, I figured for sure that fitting was broke. And those plastic fittings, you can almost never get them out without breaking them off like that. So now we got to go back to the drawing board. All right, now the only thing we can do is just break the old piece out. Use a screwdriver and a hammer and start breaking that thing out. The good thing is it seems to be super brittle, so hopefully it will break out there pretty easily. I hope. Yeah, it's going to come out in little bitty pieces. That's for sure. That fitting is a check valve. So it looks. I just looked, and all the little jiggly bits of the check valve are gone, so we don't have to worry about those falling down the water here. Just these chips, but there ain't a thing we can do about that. Hear that? It's just exploding. That's how brittle that thing was. Okay, I think you get the idea. So I'm going to be chipping away here for a little while and bring y'all back when I got something to show you. I did get it out, and it did come out in little bitty pieces. So, but I got it all out. Hopefully didn't hurt the threads, because that is pretty hard on threads. This being a cast iron tank, because it is a Suburban water heater, I'm hoping that the threads are in good shape. I am going back with a brass check valve because I don't want these folks to have the same problem in a couple months. That is going to be a tough place to swing a wrench. And yes, the bottom one is a plastic fitting also, but at least it does not have scalding hot water going through it all times. So it is probably not near as brittle as this one was. That's funny. I touched that zip tie and it wiggled. I thought I got shot. Did y'all see me jump? I seen me jump. I really thought I got shot or something. There's plenty of electricity back in here, and there's plenty of water. Whenever you install one of these check valves, you gotta make sure you put it on the right direction too. Pay attention to the flow. There's little arrow on them that tells you which way the water flows. And yes, I tighten those up pretty good. Make sure our rubber's in our fitting. Then we put our fitting back on. These particular fittings here, these black and white ones, don't go crazy tightening these up, because you will split that. You will knock the back right out of that plug. All right. Anybody see where my pliers went? Anybody? Oh, pliers. All right. What'd y'all do with my pliers? Did you hide them on me? Oh, I hid them on myself. I put them back here with the tools that I thought I was done with. Just snuggeroo. See if dry stuff up a little bit here. All right, y'all want to turn the water on and bleed the air out? There we go. It'll take forever to bleed 10 gallons of air out of that water heater with the water pump. Well, it'll take almost 3 minutes. So what do y'all want to do for the next 3 minutes? Can y'all even hear me over the water pump? Okay. I know what we can talk about. I did speed it up, so it won't be a full 3 minutes, but don't forget to go to my Amazon store. A lot of the tools and the parts that I use in my videos every day are in my Amazon store, and I would really appreciate it if you were going to buy it from Amazon anyway, to go to my store and buy it there. It doesn't cost you any extra, and you buy it, and Amazon, they give me a few cents for everything that is sold. So but it helps out at the end of the month. It adds up. And I really appreciate all you guys and gals that use that. And speaking of gals, y'all know that a big part of my channel are ladies that like to fix stuff, and they're a big part of the channel, usually around 20% of the viewers. So thank you, ladies, and just keep fixing stuff. And here comes the water. We have water.
Let me know when you want to shut off.
Oh, yeah, shut it off. We need to pressure test it.
Yeah, we need to get pressure against it next.
Yep. Yep.
Give it that 5-minute leak test or whatever, huh?
Yeah. It's way better than it was.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's way better than it was. It was spraying pretty good. 180 degrees. It must have been just a speck of that fitting still together.
Mm-hmm.
But it was split almost all the way around, apparently.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it didn't help it. We moved 2 or 3 times, put on 1,000 miles or so. Well,
yeah.
800, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it got brittle.
Yeah.
On that hot water side, it's just stupid to ever put a plastic fitting in there, because you know it's going to get brittle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I think I made things a little bit easier on myself. I took my razor knife, went in that fitting, and tried to split that fitting in 2 places. You just got to be real careful, especially if you're working on a an old Atwood that's got aluminum tank. Got to be careful with them threads. Like I say, this is a Suburban, so it has a steel tank, so it's not so bad. But I took and just split that fitting and then chipped it out of there, and actually the last piece or two was pretty good size, so it came out pretty good. And got the brass one in, and it seems to be dry, so I think that's probably going to be it on this one. So won't y'all stay dry? Get down in that comment section, leave me a comment, a criticism, a concern, and I'm going out here and see how many phone calls I've got in the last hour, and I may or may not be going to go fix another one, but y'all need to have a fantastic day.